Week 7 of the fall season begins today. On Mondays, we like to catch up with your AD and get the latest on the Indian Hill Braves. Brian Phelps, how are we doing this morning?
Doing great. It's another beautiful week and excited about everything to come this week.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy week on campus from what I understand. And hopefully the weather holds here midweek and we get back to good weather toward the end of the week. But let's start with girls volleyball. We'll go inside the gym and let's see, on Tuesday, host Deer Park and then travel to an always tough Madera on Thursday. So 2 CHL matches and looks like in a nice win against Goshen at home on Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday, nice win for both JV and varsity. When we host Deer Park on Tuesday, that'll also be senior day. So it's amazing just that all the senior days are here already. We actually have 3 of them this week with girls soccer, tennis, and volleyball. So tomorrow night will be senior night. This Saturday, we will host New Richmond and Talawanda, a tri-meet. So varsity will play in the high school gym and our JV will play the same teams in the middle school gym. So a full week of volleyball for sure.
Well, that's it. Best of luck to them. That exciting week with senior week. Let's go to the hard court. Wow, the girls tennis team just keeps rolling, 13-0. Another strong week last week. Coaches Classic on Saturday. How'd that go, Brian?
Went really well. We want to win every single time, obviously, but we played in the top flight, in the A flight, and finished second to Mason. Mason won it, and as we've talked about, we beat Mason straight up twice this year. So, but that's who we want to be competing against, the best schools in the area, and to finish second in the top flight, we'll take it, and we're really excited about this team.
Wow, that's great. This week they wrap up the regular season, 2 home matches, hosting St. Ursula and then Centerville on Wednesday, and then tournament starts.
Yeah, Wednesday will be senior night for tennis. We are now just got added the next round of the team state tournament. We'll head to Alter on Thursday. So that'll be kind of the next step from a team perspective to make it to the state Final Four. So we're excited about that being a possibility. And yeah, as you mentioned, regular season's wrapping up and it's tournament time.
And then championships for the state did I read that it moved to Worcester, College of Worcester?
It did, which is, as you can imagine, a major bummer. Not that facility, I'm sure, isn't great, but to have it in your backyard at the ATP for the last few years, it's just really not a better place to have it. So yeah, we'll have to travel up north this year, hopefully, or I should say get to travel up north for both the individual OHSA and the OTCA team state tournament.
The nice thing, besides it being close, it's such a great place to have a lot of matches because the stands, there's tons of courts, the stands, it's great for fans. So hopefully Worcester has a nice facility, but it can't top the ATP. There's no way.
Yeah, that's as good as it gets.
No doubt. Let's go over to the pitch. Start girls soccer, Brian. Let's catch up with, let's see. Had a nice win last week against Reading, league win. Wednesday, they host Finneytown and then travel to Summit on Saturday. So kind of a busy week as things start winding down before the tournament draw.
Yeah, and as we mentioned, Wednesday for the Finneytown game will be senior night for girls soccer, so it's always a special moment, of course. Finneytown doesn't have JV, so our JV team will play Cincinnati Country Day, and we'll have senior night in between those 2 games. And as you mentioned, we'll travel to Summit, who's also always a tough opponent on Saturday, and the season's moving along for the girls.
Yeah, it sure is. Switching over to the boys' side of the pitch. Wow, 9-0-1, great season so far. Let's see, they had Summit on Saturday. This week they travel to Finneytown CHL match, and then Alter. They're hosting Alter Saturday, and I think that'll be a nice challenge. I don't know how Alter is this year, but they're usually always pretty tough in soccer.
Yeah, they're always tough. And this past Saturday, boys came up a little short, lost 1-0 at Summit. Little controversy at the end. If you watch the tape, you talk to the officials, you talk to maybe even the opponent's goal possibly was scored after the buzzer went off, and it just kind of a heartbreaker. Not just to lose, but two great teams going after it the whole game and playing really well, and for there to be a little bit of a question mark just makes it too bad. But I think we have to look at that as we'll probably see Summit in the tournament. Maybe that's the right fuel that the team needs to get over that hump, and we'll see how the rest of the year goes. But yeah, no, the boys are playing great. As I mentioned, Summit is such a talented team every year, and that game probably should have been tied or could have gone either way.
Sounds like it. Heading over to the links with boys golf, as that season is smack dab into tournament time. They had CHL on Tuesday of last week, came in third place. They had Best of the West on Sunday, and then sectional start Wednesday. So they're at the back end of their season.
Yeah, what's nice is at the CHL tournament, the team played their best round of the year, shot a 317, and Alex Holzapfel, senior captain, was the medalist for the CHL that day. So he had another great day. Was also the medalist on Sunday for the Best of the West. So he continues to bring his A game at the right time. As you mentioned, Wednesday we'll head out to the Mill for sectionals, and this is the point of the season that you hope to be at your best, and we'll see how the team does and how far not only the team but Alex can progress.
Yeah, best of luck to them in the tournament. Let's go over to the gridiron. Boy, how about that atmosphere at Madeira on Friday?
It was great. Their homecoming, they packed the stands. Their student section was electric. I was proud of our community coming out to support our team. Just a quick drive down Miami Road, and great atmosphere. Madeira did a really good job hosting us and hosting their families for homecoming. It was a lot of fun.
That was, you hear the term Friday Night Lights a lot, and some people might not know what that means, but Friday night at Madeira, that was Friday Night Lights.
It was great, and we hope that we can do something similar, and I'm confident that we will. Our homecoming is this Friday.
Okay.
We host Reading, which is a huge CHL matchup. It's got to be one of the best games in the city. And yeah, we hope to replicate that type of crowd atmosphere, and I'm pretty confident that we will. We do a pretty good job that way.
What time on homecoming should you ask fans to try to get to the stadium and park? Because I know you want to get there early. You don't want to get stuck in traffic and miss any of the game. What time, Brian, would you say you would expect people to be in the parking lot?
So we have a parade that leaves the elementary, and that parade will start about 5:45 and will go to 6:10. I think the Rangers, if you can plan on it being really busy and roads closed between 5:30 and even maybe 6:15, that's what I would avoid. So come either before 5:30 or come after 6:15. As I mentioned, we'll come down Drake Road from Miami, and families will line the streets, and candy will be thrown, and there'll be tailgating in our parking lot. I know a lot of people are kind of setting up closer to 5 o'clock so they don't get in that kind of mess. But yeah, you either want to get here before that parade or come closer to game time. But once the parade's open, our boosters will have pizza and water at the pavilion, and there'll be some fun things going on from about 6:15 to kickoff. So we invite you to get here early and stay for the game, and hopefully it's a great night for everybody.
Sounds super. Let's talk football. Players are getting healthy. Things are coming together. It was that they played with a lot of confidence Friday night against a good Madeira team.
Madeira is always a tough game for us. They have some nice athletes. I was really proud of our coaches, our kids. As you mentioned, just feels like things are clicking. Essentially we're a year and a half into this system now, and that makes a big difference. You play a little faster when you're a little more confident and comfortable what's going on. That's what you see. I think what I love is it really feels like it's not a one-man show on this team, that it is a true team, and everybody's kind of playing their roles, and it's really exciting. We just hope that we can keep clicking on all cylinders. We have a couple big games coming up in the next few weeks, and we're going to find out how good we are.
Yeah, no doubt on that. Let's switch over to field hockey. They looks like they have a busy week. Look like 3 matches. Host Mount Notre Dame on Tuesday, travel to Walnut on Thursday, and host the Hilliard Lynx on Saturday at Indian Hill. So a busy week for them.
Busy week. This team is 8-2. We headed up to Granville this past Saturday, close to Columbus, and a lot of fun to watch. Because of sickness and some other circumstances, we had 13 healthy players to travel to Granville. We have a team of about 30 JV and varsity, so 13 healthy players traveled, and Granville's a solid team, and we had a 3-2 victory up there.
Fantastic.
That's probably the game I'm the proudest about of this team. That really is some JV kids that played a lot of minutes and stepped up, and just for all the circumstances involved, it was a great team win. But Mount Notre Dame back at it tomorrow. That'll be a big task for us. Excited to go to Walnut on Thursday and then play the Hilliard team on Saturday. And their senior day is not for a couple weeks. We'll celebrate them on October 9th. So field hockey's rolling.
Yeah, that's great. Fantastic. Let's wrap this week's show up with cross country. Looked like the both squads went to the St. Xavier Invitational on North Bend Road on Saturday. Great weather to run. And how did the Braves do?
Continue to do what Coach Savage needs them to do. We had some kids finish with some nice individual places. The boys team especially had another great finish as a team, and just excited to see how Coach Savage builds this team and gets them ready for the tournament. And they should be running for a little bit. So it's a lot of good stuff for cross country.
It looks like they have a Goshen Invitational tonight, if that's correct, and then Under the Lights at Centerville Saturday. I know that's always fun for everybody.
Yeah, that's a good couple of events this week. Both middle school and high school will travel out to Goshen, so they're right back at it.
I know a couple of things that before we sign off, Brian, you wanted to talk about the giving and just remind people about homecoming and anything else that you wanted to promote this week.
Yeah, we just have a tremendous opportunity to do something so special in our community with this potential field house on Friday, which is homecoming football night. September 29th is the first annual Braves Day of Giving, and we need our community. This is a 100%, for the most part, privately funded project. We're doing this because the community came to us and said this is something that we need and they would like, and they would help make it happen. So we're not quite there yet. We've had some tremendous, generous donors come forward to really a big chunk of this project, but we need everyone to participate, and you'll have the opportunity to do that either on the first annual Brave Day of Giving, September 29th. Call the foundation, call me if you'd like to talk about sponsorship opportunities. A direct email or call to me is probably the best way to get that going. But we're going to find out in a couple weeks if this is going to happen or not. The board votes on October 17th. Okay. And we just need to have enough money in the kitty ready to go. And if we don't, we won't do the project. And if we do, we're going to be breaking ground late winter, early spring.
Yeah, that's really exciting. Well, thank you for your time as always. Best of luck to all the Braves in a lot of senior events this week and homecoming on Friday. Go out and support your Braves. And Brian, thanks for your time. We'll touch base next week.
Thanks, Rob. Go Braves.